So today's training, excuse me, is going to be a blueprint for 2021. So we're going to go over, excuse me, we're going to go over all types of stuff. We're going to go over SEO, website optimization, PPC, which is pay per click, Google Ads, Facebook ads, reviews, and Google Maps and Google My Business. And then, of course, at the end, you can ask any questions that you have, and I will answer them. So the way these trainings work, let me just take a sip of water real quick. The way these trainings work is it's usually about half hour, 45 minutes of training. Over the shoulder type training, I like to just kind of jump in there and show you exactly, what I'm talking about, what to do. The best way is to just watch me do these and then watch the replay and follow my instructions. If you try to do some of this stuff while I'm doing it, it's just going to probably be too confusing. And if you could just give me a half hour, unplug from all distractions, I promise you will learn a ton. So a little bit about myself. I own a company called Hey Remodelers, and we only work with kitchen and bath remodelers and countertop companies all over the US and Canada right now. We don't really have any clients outside of the US and Canada. We have, I've been doing marketing for over 10 years. We've been doing Hey Remodelers for about 3 years now. My wife is the graphic designer, so it is a family-run business. We have a team all over the U.S. We all work from home. I actually am home right now. Like I said, we had a crazy storm up in Connecticut last night. So luckily we have power, we have internet, but you probably will hear my kids in the background at some point, Mason and Lola, because they are home too. So let's go here. So let's just get right to it. So the reason you need to market your business is you want to grow it. So you want more leads, you want more consultations. People are searching 24/7. So, you could put money into traditional advertising like radio, TV commercials, newspapers, but people are online. People are online on Google, they're on social media. It's a great way to increase your brand exposure. Most of these platforms are so targeted that it's better than TV or radio or anything like that. You want to become the countertop company or the kitchen and bath remodeling company in your area. That should be the goal. Of course, you want leads. Of course, you want to grow your business. But if you kind of take it to the next level and you think more of like, all right, I want to be the company in my local area, then that's really, that's the top level, because when you are the company, you're the countertop company, you're the kitchen and bath company in your area, you will see more business than you can even imagine. So, that should be the main goal. Of course, we want leads, we want consultations because that helps us grow, but it's really, taking it a step beyond that and growing your brand to be the brand. Like myself, I want to be the marketing agency for countertop companies and kitchen and bath remodelers. So I'm doing basically the same thing. Really, any business can follow this. But locally, that's what you want to do. And competitors are stepping up their game. So with it's really like two different industries. Kitchen and bath, I think they're a little bit further ahead than countertop company and then the countertop industry, online at least, but I see more countertop companies. I could just tell by their websites, kind of some technical stuff on their websites, that they're starting to, put some money or put some time into their marketing. So, as the years go on, it's just going to get, more competitive. And like I said, it's the best way to take your business to the next level. So here is a quick screenshot of a countertop company we work with, Marble Granite World, in August 2020. They got 88 leads, 45% close rate, which is pretty good. Average job cost, $22.84. So you could see their revenue brought in was $90,000 from, and this is just online. We're not tracking anything else. So it's powerful when you do everything correctly. Now, the current market with COVID is, I see I talk to businesses and it's really into one of these categories. It's either they're so busy they can't even handle the demand, or there's not enough business. So I guess, I mean, that's all times, you know, either you're too busy or you don't have enough business. But I tend to see these extremes right now where, you know, some companies are so busy that they can't even handle any more work. And then some businesses are just been hit so hard that they're struggling. So I think I see more in the number one with they have so much business, but you know, you need to think about what happens when this demand decreases, because, you know, COVID's going on, people are at home more, they might not be traveling as much, they have extra money to spend on their kitchen, their bath, their home. But at some point, things are going to turn around and, you know, the demand is going to decrease a little bit. So you want to be prepared for that. You don't want to wait till that happens to be like, oh, we need more work. What are we going to do now? Think about that now. With online marketing, it takes time. Nothing is instant. So it should just be part of your strategy. You do it all the time. You know, you do your payroll all the time. You do, you know, HR tasks or inventory, stuff like that all the time. Your marketing, you should be doing all the time. It's just a part of your business. If you want to grow, if you want to take it to that next level, and if you don't want to worry about, you know, always having enough work to pay your employees. So what is SEO? And let's just look at it. So let me just pull up a screen here. So let me pull up. All right, so let me look at this screen first. So SEO is search engine optimization. So it helps you to get ranked in Google. Now, if you look at this one term, granite countertops right here, this is just a tool that I use to do some research. You can see it's searched 165,000 times a month. So, you know, there's, if you're doing kitchen and baths, you know, kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel, kitchen contractor, terms like that. For countertops companies, it's granite, quartz, marble, quartzite. But this is just one term searched 165,000 times a month. That is nationwide. But if you think locally, for all these terms, it's at least a couple of hundred times a month. People are searching for these terms. So they're typing them into Google and they land on a search page. So you have your Google ads at the top. This gets about 15% of people click here. Then you have your Google Maps section. This gets about 35% of the clicks. Then you have your organic section. This gets about 50% in the clicks. Those aren't exact numbers, but it's just an estimate. You know, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less for one section. But SEO is really this organic section. It's doing whatever you can to get listed here. And it's also, you know, what you do here affects what happens here also. You know, you can get reviews and things like that. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But, you know, the effort that you put into your website, into your SEO, your optimization, and we'll go over a bunch of tips, will affect your map section. So, you know, it's super important. You know, with our clients, we see the best and the most leads coming from this map section and this organic section. You know, Google ads work great. Social media works also, but really you know, if you could get some good rankings here and get some good traffic in the Google Maps and in the Google organic, you're going to have a ton of business and a ton of leads. So let's jump back into here. So the most common website mistakes I see, I'm just going to go down the list and then we're going to actually jump into a live site. And this is all part of SEO. So, you know, SEO is optimizing your website. It's putting out good content. And we'll actually go over that in a minute. So let's first look at all the website mistakes. Now, a poor about page, I see this all the time. You know, you want a page on your website that explains your company. So it could be our company, about us, our story, something along the lines of that. Make it good. Put pictures in there of yourself. Put pictures in there of your showroom, of your team, you know, just of job sites, all of that. You know, you want to make your about page the best that you can, because when you think about it, someone is investing in their kitchen, their bath, their home. You know, they want to work with a company that they're comfortable with. It's usually a big investment. So they're going to go to your about page and read about your company. They're not going to just work with any company. So it's super important. Usually, when we're looking at website traffic for our clients, the about page is in like the top 5 pages that is visited when someone lands on a website. So again, super important. Incorrect NAP, we'll go over that in a little bit, but your NAP is your name, address, and your phone number, and it should be consistent across the web. So your business name, your business address, and your business phone number. It should be correct on your website, your Google Maps profile, your Facebook page, your Yelp page, your house page, all of those pages. No services pages. I see this often, if you're a kitchen and bathroom remodeler, you want a kitchen remodel page, a bathroom remodel page. For countertops, it's more product pages, so you want granite countertops, quartz countertops. You want those pages. No blog. I see this often. Again, you want a blog. You want to put out content each month. That's what feeds Google what they want. So blogs are super important. No HTTPS. Your site should be secure. This is what tells Google that it is secure. So you definitely want that. Most of the times, if your site isn't HTTPS, you can contact your host, and it used to be you have to pay them to set that up, but now it's free with most hosts. Thin content. Go through your site. You don't want 50 words on a page. You want about 300 to 500 words per page. It's not easy to do, but just go through your site and beef up your content. No project pictures or use of stock images. When a homeowner goes to your site, they want to look at project pictures. It's probably the most important thing on your website because they want to see what you have done. So, don't use stock images. If you need to use stock images to fill in a couple of sections, that's okay. But put your project pictures up there. You could use your iPhone, your Android. Those cameras are good enough now to take pictures of your project and put it on your website. Another mistake is no phone number in the top right. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the top right of the site, but you do want your phone number at the top of your website because you want, when someone goes to your website, they might not actually scroll down, and that sounds kind of crazy. It's called below the fold. You don't want all your important information down at the bottom of the site. They land there, all your important information should be right there. No CTAs, no call to actions. So you want, a get, request a quote button, a contact us button, all of those. We'll look at those in a minute. Not mobile friendly. This should actually be at the top of the list. I said project pictures are the most important. This is actually more important than that. Your site needs to be mobile friendly. About 70% of your web traffic is going to come from a mobile device. So needs to be mobile friendly. Slow, you don't want a slow site. You want it to load fast. 3 seconds is good. 2 seconds is even better. 5, 6, 7 seconds is way too long. So you got to get that site to load fast. And external links open outside of the site. So you'll have your social media icons on your website. And if someone clicks on that link, you want to take them to another window. You don't want it to open up in the same window, because when it opens in the same window, you're essentially taking them off of your website. You really want it to open up in a new window. So let's look at a live site. Now, I do not know this company. I just took a completely random site here, and we're just going to pick it apart. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. It's just, just honest advice. So right here, they have their phone number on the top. That's good. I can't tell because I'm not on a mobile device if these are clickable. You definitely want them to be, someone just clicks and it pops up the phone number. So that's the important thing. Here's some social icons. Let's see. They do open up in a separate page, so that's good. And that's what I mean. They should open up in separate pages. You click on these and it opens up. And, while I'm going through this site, I know it's not your site, but, you could do the same stuff to your own site. Just, take down some notes, see what I'm doing, and then go to your site and see if, this pertains to your site also. So as I scroll down, there's a big image here, good picture. What I would do here is I'd put a button here, get started on your project today or something like that. You want a call to action. This is a good picture though. It looks very nice. Now as I scroll down, they got a little bit of content, read more, products. This looks okay. Let's see. Not a lot of content though. You could see this right here. It's probably 60, 70 words, if that. So they definitely want to beef up the word count on this page. It's not easy to do because, when you think about it, you want to just throw paragraphs on here. It's not going to look that great. So you got to be crafty, and you got to, it's something that you might not be able to do yourself. You need a web designer, or if you have someone in-house to do it. But you need to fix the page up so you can put a couple of paragraphs in here. Even if you could get 3 or 4 more paragraphs this size, although a little bit bigger, would be helpful. And the reason is when Google is looking at your website, their computers are crawling your content. So they're looking at all of these words. Now, if someone types in Granite Countertops Atlanta, they're going to crawl through here to see if that's relevant to whatever they typed into Google. And if you don't have enough words on there, there's just not enough content for Google to crawl. So you want to beef up that content. Again, if you could shoot for 300 words per page, 500 words is even better. Now, let's look at a couple of other things here. Let's check out their about page. So here you go. Good. See, now this is good content, good word count, nice video at the bottom. I would definitely maybe add in a picture in here just to break it up a little bit. And then even down here, I mean, they have these big phone numbers and email addresses and all that. That's good. But I would even put some type of button, someone's on this page. What's the next logical step? They might want to contact you. So, get started on your project today, or get a quote, or get an estimate, something like that. Something else that I forgot to say is you can see the site's not secure. So this is actually, it is HTTP. You want to make it HTTPS. So like if we let's look at Google, Facebook right here, you can see there's a little lock. It's saying this is secure. You want that on your site because that is a factor that Google looks at. They want to show the best sites on their search page, the most secure sites, the most relevant sites. So you want to just do as much as you can to have a better chance of showing in these search engine results right here. So this page is pretty good. Let's look at some of their product pages here. So again, if you're a kitchen and bathroom remodeler, you want your kitchen remodel page, your bathroom remodel page. Now this is good. This is a good stone page with, when someone lands here, they want to look at different types of stone. So this is what you want. The problem is, Google isn't necessarily looking at this content. There is a way to optimize pictures. I'm not going to get into that because it's a little bit more technical. But ideally, what we'll usually do with our countertop clients, we'll put a couple of paragraphs at the bottom of the page because we know someone lands here, they're a homeowner, they want to look at the stone. They don't necessarily want to read the content, but Google does want to, does want to crawl the content. So you got to put it on there. Like even the search box, I might get rid of this just to move this up a little bit, But that looks pretty good. Let's see. I'm just going to pick out a couple more things here. So request a quote page. Now, you want a web form on your website. Ideally, you want a phone number. Someone's going to call. You want some type of widget like this is good, because some people like to chat widgets. So definitely add that to your site. And then you want a form. Now, the thing is you don't want too many fields and you don't want too little fields. So, on this form, I might get rid of the address because, it's just extra information people need to enter. I would keep this type of project, type of surface. Tell us about your project. That's good. This is good. Name, email, phone number. I'd get rid of the address and city and state. And the reason is that the more fields, the harder it is for someone to submit a form and the more likely they're not going to submit it. Now, if you think about it, you don't want it to be so easy that you just get a bunch of submissions of kind of garbage leads. So you do want to include these fields, but you just don't want to include too many. So usually it's a couple of fields, a box about, they can put in the project details, a couple of drop downs like this. That's a good form. I would get rid of the address and city and state. What else here? I don't see a blog, so I would definitely add a blog to this site. And that's about it for now. So let's jump back over here. Now let's go over a game plan here for your SEO strategy. Now, on-site optimization needs to be on point. So all those things I just talked about, you know, more content, HTTPS, phone number in the correct spot, you know, good images, all of that. Your website needs to be set up to convert. So again, phone number in there, call to actions, you know, get a quote today, start your project, you know, set up a consultation, all of that stuff. Now, after you get your site in order, you'll want to do these things. You'll want to clean up your citations. Now, citations are sites like Yelp, City Search, House. There's a ton of them. You know, there's all different types. Even Facebook is considered a citation. Google My Business, all of those sites. Clean those up. Get reviews. You want to get 1 to 2 reviews a month. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Build out your service pages, your area pages. So, you know, if you're a countertop company, you want your granite, quartz, marble, all of that. Kitchen and bath, you want your kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel, basement remodeling, you know, all of those pages. And you can even, if you're a kitchen and bath company and you subcontract out your countertop work, you still want countertop pages on there, and vice versa. You know, you want to be a resource. So when someone lands on your site, they can read about countertops and they can read about all of that. So definitely include that on your site. Now, for your blog content, you want to try to post about 2 to 3 times per month. You know, you don't have to do it like 5 times a month, but 1 time a month is better than nothing. But if you could do 2 to 3 times, that's a good amount of content. Now, these blog posts, it should be, I mean, there's a million different topics in your industry. So, you know, what to expect during a kitchen remodel, granite versus quartz, benefits of quartzite. You know, there's a million different topics you can write about. Each one of those blog pieces should be about 300 to 500 words. Now let's go on here. Now, after you get your site in order and you do some of the things I just talked about, sorry about that, I was just looking at something. You want to look for link opportunities. Now, you don't have to do this right away. I would do all the other stuff that I'm talking about and then do this, you know, last maybe 6 months down the road or so. And look for, you know, local sponsor, you know, local organizations, something that you can sponsor. They'll put a link on their website. A local blogger, they'll put a link on their website. You give them a good piece of content, an article or something like that. Link building is pretty tough, but the easiest way to do it is to look for those local organizations that you can essentially sponsor something, you know, so you're giving to a good cause, which is great. And then in turn, you know, maybe they put your logo on their site and put a link back to your website. So those are the type of links that you can look for. Now, be patient. SEO takes time. It is not quick. It takes, you know, if you're nowhere on the search results, it could take more than 12 months to get to that first page, you know, 6 to 12 months about, but you know, it takes time. It is not easy to do. If you're on page like 2, 3, 4, you could, you know, probably get to that first page within about 6 months or so. But you got to just be patient and just keep at it. Now, what is PPC? So PPC is pay-per-click advertising. So it's your Google ads, your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, your Bing and Yahoo ads. Let's actually just jump in and check it out here. Let me pull this up. All right, so for this term, kitchen remodel, Atlanta, you have your Google ads at the top. Now, if I'm not going to click on one of these, but if I were to, this company is paying Google a fee for this. Here, I got a question in there. Do you offer all these services as a bundle? Yeah, I actually do. We do this for all of our clients. So if you're interested, you could just email me, steve@heyremodelers.com, or just jump over to our site and book a call, and I can go over all of that. So yeah, no problem. I like to answer questions as they come up. So ask away. So with this, the kitchen remodel Atlanta term, these are your Google ads again. So if someone clicks on here, actually I have a tool set up. This is a little extra tool that I have, and it tells me how many people are typing this term in a month, 110 people a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but this is the exact term that people are typing in a month. So 110. So they might even type in kitchen contractor or bathroom remodel or something like that. So all of these terms add up. And then you can see here, it's telling me how much money each click is, an estimate, so about almost $9. So if I were to click on one of these, it costs this company $9 to, they pay Google that. So that's how it works. That's how your Google ads work. Now, usually you got your ads at the top. Sometimes there'll be an ad in this map section. It's not showing right now. And then usually there's ads at the bottom. Now, the other thing is, or the other platform is Facebook. Within your industry, you want to spend your money on Google, Bing, and Yahoo, which works exactly the same as this. Search ads just like this, and then Facebook and Instagram. Unless you have a massive budget and it's just, unlimited, then, maybe try House. I would stay away from Yelp, but you could test that. You could test different things, but Google, Bing, and Yahoo, Facebook, and Instagram. So Facebook, when you run ads on Facebook, you're actually running them on Facebook and Instagram. So they own Instagram, so it's kind of two platforms in one. But here it's similar. There's different objectives of where you can run a video, you can run a just an ad where they click and go to your website. So there's all different objectives. One that works pretty good is a lead ad. So this is a lead ad with one of our clients, $7 a day. It's not a huge budget. And you can see here, they got 5 leads, $23 a lead. And this is just in December. So not bad, definitely something to test. With our Countertop clients, we usually see around like 15 to, it could be even higher, like 30, $40 a lead. Kitchen and baths, about the same, but could be a little bit higher. Every area is different. I'm always amazed that we'll run a campaign in one area, then we run it in another, and it's completely different. So it's hard to give you an exact number, but you want to stay below $100 per lead if you can, of course, getting it as low as you can. But you want to be in a spot where you're not, you could say, oh, I can get these leads cheaper, but then is the quality cheaper? So, there's a ton of different factors. But the way these lead ad works is someone sees the ad right here, something like this, and then they click on get a quote. And then this pops up and they just enter their information right in Facebook. And then we set it up where, you get the lead to your phone, to your email address and all of that. But it's a pretty simple, way to get leads. It's an easy way for someone to request more information. Now you got to be careful with these. Like we put in custom fields here. You don't want to just put in like email, name, and phone because you're going to get really bad leads all day long. So that's what I mean. Like you could probably get cheaper leads, but at the end of the day, you want the higher quality ones. You don't want the ones that you're just wasting your time. So, and the way that Facebook works is similar. You just set a daily budget here. So it's $7 a day. In Google, same thing. You set your daily budget, and when you hit that budget, your ads just don't show anymore. And that's just paid advertising. That's just how it works. So let's go over a strategy for this. So a Google ad budget, usually around $750 to $1,500 a month. You don't want to go too low on Google ads, because if you go too low, like I said, once you hit your ad budget, your ad stops showing. So if you go too low, you're just not going to get the exposure. Now, again, kitchen and baths and then countertops, they're two separate industries. You know, they're similar, but when someone is looking for a kitchen, it's longer sales cycle. So Google ads they're not easy to run on that platform, because people, they might go to your website and then they're not really interested right away, and they contact you months down the road. So it's a little bit different of a strategy. With countertops, people, it's a little bit quicker. You know, it still could be, there's some research going on, but it does definitely work a little bit differently. Now, you want to break your ads into ad groups. So what your countertop company, you want your granite, quartz, kitchen countertop ad groups, and then all keywords under that would be granite, countertops, and all of that. You know, so it goes your main campaign, then your ad group, which is granite, quartz, kitchen. They're all separate, and then each keyword underneath that. Now with your kitchen and bath terms, it's, you know, kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel, kitchen contractor, bathroom contractor, all of that, and then those terms would go underneath those. You really want to test. You know, you set up all your ads in Google, and then you test different ads, different ad copy, all of that. But then you also test different landing pages. So you want to send, you know, someone to your website. Then maybe you have someone create, like with our clients, we'll use their website, but we'll create a page that looks a little bit different. So then we'll send traffic there to see if it converts better. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But that's the world of paid ads. You always have to test. Now, you want to make sure you have your call tracking set up, your form tracking, because that's super important. You don't want to not track anything, because you'll never know what's working. So there's tools for that. It's pretty easy to set this up, or have someone set that up for you. And then retargeting ads are the ads that follow you around the web. So it's like when you go to, say, Amazon, you look at something, then you head over to Facebook, and that product is following you around the web. You want to set those up because, like I said, especially in the kitchen and bath industry, it's a longer sales cycle. So they go to your website, maybe from a paid ad, maybe from Facebook, wherever. They're looking around on your site. All right, they're in the research phase. They're not ready yet. But now your retargeting ads are following them around, and it can be for a long time. So, you know, when they are ready, they see one of your ads for maybe the 20th time, and then bam, you know, they're contacting you. So that's really the strategy here. Again, all this stuff works together where someone finds you on Google Maps, they go to your website, then you show them a retargeting ad. And that's kind of why you have to do this all. You can just do Google ads or just focus on the map section, but it works best when it's done all together. Now, Facebook and Instagram budget is, you know, usually with our clients about $150 to $600 a month. So again, it's set at a daily budget, so like $5 a day to $20 a day. The best type of ads that work on social media are the sale or deal type ads. Some of our clients don't like to run those because sometimes those bring in kind of the cheaper clients, but they do work the best. Asking for specific information, like I said, you don't want to make it easy for them to submit a form on a Facebook ad. You want to make it a little bit harder because that will bring up the quality and the lead. And again, use retargeting ads. You know, you retarget on Google, which covers all your sites basically, you know, Fox News, CNN, Weather Channel, all your news sites, all of, you know, most sites out there. And then you're retargeting ads for social media will cover Facebook, Instagram, and by doing that, you're basically covering the whole web. Now, here's just some quick tips on when you're doing Facebook and Instagram posts. So, you know, post project pictures, before and afters work great. You know, 80% should be about your projects, 20% about your company. So, you know, don't just keep posting, oh, we're running a sale, it's this, it's that. You know, post project pictures because you actually are posting about your company because it's your work. Project pictures of slabs, that's what you want to do on social media. One post a week, you know, at least one post a week. You know, test different hashtags. You can look for hashtags with followers are 50 to 200K. Again, that's getting a little bit, we're diving deep in there, but, you know, just test different things. honestly, the best way is to look at some of your competitors that are doing a good job. I'm not saying copy them, but just see what they're doing and then put your own spin on it, But definitely when you're doing hashtag research, you can look at what other people are doing in your area. Be consistent. You want to be consistent. You want to just keep doing it. All of this marketing, you got to just keep doing it. It's not something that you do for a month or even like 6 months. You keep doing it. It's part of your business. You can boost posts right from Instagram. You can use Ads Manager and Facebook to boost posts and all of that. If someone comments on it, like it, reply to it, interact. Social media is meant for people to interact. So you want to do that on your business profile also. Pictures, you want them to look nice, but like I said earlier, your mobile phone, your iPhone, your Android, those have really good cameras. I actually shoot my own videos, like for my own business, with my iPhone on a tripod, and then I edit it and all of that. So I think mine's like 4K or something, that it's at least HD quality. So, your video, your pictures with your phone, they're going to look really good. And as you do it more, you'll just get more experience, whether it's you or it's, one of your employees. Now, video is huge. I really think that video, even with our clients, it's not easy to do video. But the best type of video that works is like that raw type of video. You have your iPhone, you have your Android, you're just walking through a job site, you're taking pictures, you're taking video, you spin the phone around, you say, hey, this is a job we just completed. Look at these countertops, look at these cabinets. That's what you want. People eat that stuff up, and your competitors are not doing this. I would say maybe, I don't even know, it could even be less than 1% of kitchen and bath and countertop companies are doing this. I rarely see it happen. So like with our clients, something new that we're really trying to push next year is, we reach out and say, listen, send us some video, take your iPhone, walk through your showroom, just make it raw, because that's what people love. And the Facebook and Instagram, they want you to put video on there because that's the most interactive content that you can put out there. So the more video you put up, the more they're going to show it. And then of course, with some ads, you could show it to even a bigger audience. So let's dive into Google Maps right here. Now, Google Maps is a whole nother beast in itself. We talked about SEO, which kind of incorporates Google Maps, but Google Maps is an area that, like I said, let me pull this up. We see a boatload of leads coming from Google Maps for our clients. And, there's only 3 spots here, so that's unfortunate. I guess it goes both ways. If you're listed here, that's good for you. If you're not, then it's not good for you. But, it's tough to get here. It's not just about reviews. There's a lot of things that factor into this, but reviews is a biggie. So you want to get reviews. I think I have it on the slide that I'm going to talk about next, but I'll just talk about it now. Now, you want at least 1 to 2 reviews a month. Even if you just stick to that, say, all right, I'm going to get at least 1 to 2 reviews a month this year so let's say 2021. By the end of the year, you have 24 reviews. That's more than all these companies right here. So, just sticking to a very simple plan will help you. And it's slow. You're going to get a couple of reviews. Then the next month you are. But that's what Google wants to see. That they want you to update pictures here. So, you can update your pictures in your Google My Business. Google My Business and Google Maps, it's the same thing. So I'll say both of them at times, but it's the same thing. You'll update your pictures, upload 3 to 4 pictures a month to your Google My Business profile. You could do something. You can, make sure all your hours and all your information is posted in here. You can actually do Google My Business posts, and you go into your Google My Business profile and you create a post. You could do that once a week, something new that's happening at your company, even just something informational. Like for our clients, we'll post some of their blog posts in these Google My Business posts. And the real reason is just to take advantage of every free option that your Google My Business profile has. You want to respond to all of your reviews, you know, the good and the bad, respond to them. You want to do all this stuff because, again, it's going to help you get listed here. And even if you're not listed here, you'll still get some business because some people will pull up their phone and they'll look at Google Maps, or they'll just click here and just pull up Google Maps. So you want to be listed here. It really is, I'd say, one of the most important sections between this and the organic section that really can transform your business. Of course, the ads work. Of course, social media works. And like I said earlier, it kind of all works together. But, you know, there's only 3 spots here. And look, I mean, it's taking up a massive amount of the page. And it stands out. You know, it stands out. It's got your phone number here, your business hours, all of that. So you really, really, you know, the most important thing that I probably talk about today is get those reviews, a few reviews a month. If you don't do anything else and you just do that for a year, you will see more business. You'll have people say, oh yeah, I read your review online, because it happens, because I talk to companies all the time and they do that. So reviews. Now, I kind of went over basically everything that I have in the slide, but, you know, optimize your profile. Again, upload pictures to it a couple times a month. The key is to stay consistent with a lot of these tasks. So like when a company comes to us, you know, they might be able to handle some of these tasks, but a lot of times if you do it, you just stop doing it, you know? So with our clients, we keep that consistency going, and that's important. So, you know, a couple pictures a month, use every feature that you can in Google My Business. Make sure that NAP is consistent, that business name, that business address, that business phone number across the web. So let me just show you a quick example of that. So what I mean is, like right here, Stonecrafters USA Inc. You know, on their website, it should say exactly this. It should have the comma. It should have the period. This address should be ST on their website. It shouldn't be at, you know, street. You know, that's but what I mean by having those consistencies. Google looks at this as a ranking factor and just an overall to see if you're the best company out there. So, you know, it's a pain to do, to go through all these profiles, your Yelp, your Facebook, your Google My Business, your website, and make them consistent. But it is a one and done thing. You just do it once, you know, you chip away at it. Maybe you do 5 a month or something, you know, make a big list of them and go through them. But, you know, for starters, go to Google My Business, go to your website, and make sure everything is identical. Like on this website here, let's see. I'm going to pull this up. Hold on here. It's going to take me away from that. Oh, no, here we go. So let's see. Let's see if I can show you an example. Well, I could just go to any website, actually, but let's go to these guys. So I'm going to open their website. It took me off there. So it was Stonecraft Inc., right? So let's look at, most of the time your business's name is down at the bottom. So Stonecraft USA Inc. So okay, close, but you could see in their Google My Business, they had a comma here after USA. You probably think I'm crazy for saying this, and it sounds like I'm nuts, but that's how exact and accurate that you want your name, address, and phone number to be. You know, capitalization doesn't matter, but although I would make that consistent too, but you know, there was a comma in their Google My Business profile. There's no comma here. That's what Google looks at. Because if you think about it, if you have all this stuff in order and your competitor doesn't, and Google looks at both of your sites, they're going to think you have your SHIT together more than your competitor. So they're more likely to show you in the search results. It's really just common sense when you think about it in that way. So, and then reviews. Again, 1 to 2 reviews a month. If you ask 5 to 10 customers, that yields about 1 to 2 reviews. Now, I did talk about a bonus, which I have right here. So I'm always talking about reviews. They're super important. Something that we're giving away is a handout card. So it's a professionally designed handout card. Has a little QR code that I actually got this idea from, you know, during coronavirus. My family's pretty safe. We're staying home, all that good stuff. And, you know, we did go to a couple of outdoor restaurants. I saw their menu on the table, and you just scan it with your phone. And I know about QR codes, but now with the technology, you actually just scan it with your camera on your phone. And I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. So I took that and then applied it to my clients, and now they have these handout cards. So simple handout cards, your business details, QR code tells the person what to do. And then on one side, it's Facebook. The other side is Google. They scan it. It takes them to your site or your profile, and they can leave a review. So if you're interested in these, we'll get a free, I think what we send out is like 100 cards or so. But, just email me, steve@heyremodelers.com if you want this, and we can send those out to you. And the other thing is, book a call. It's free. It's, you'll learn a ton. I like to really, as you could tell, I like to teach. I like to talk about this stuff. So we'll review your website. We will go over, see what your competitors are doing. I will explain what we offer, and that's it. It's pretty straightforward. It takes about 20 minutes, half an hour. You can ask all the questions you want. Basically, like what we just did today, we'll basically do with your business and kind of pick it apart, and you'll get a ton of advice. So just go to my website. You'll see there's call to actions everywhere, so you can see I kind of take my own advice. You can't miss the button to book a call with me. So that's that. And then let's see what else we got on here. And that's it. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Just type them in the box, in the chat box. So someone asked earlier, do you offer all these services as a bundle? Yes, we do. With our packages, we do. It's basically everything. So it's called the marketing team package. So we do the SEO, the Facebook ads, the Google ads, the the Bing ads, the Instagram ads, the help you with the reviews, Google My Business. So we do all of it, and it's just all in one package. And we just have different levels of that. So definitely book a call. I can go over all of that. So I could send you pricing. I'll definitely send that over to you. Someone asked about pricing, so I'll get that over to you. Our pricing is, again, it's just really a couple of packages that we offer. I usually like to jump on a call and go over your business, but I can also send over the pricing. That's not a big deal. So I'll definitely get that over to you. Yeah, no problem. So I see another question about, let me get to that slide first here. Someone has a good question about blog content, and just for me to explain a little bit more. So yeah, so blog content is really just articles on your website. So you go to, you create a blog on your website, and a blog is really just a place to put articles. So it's a spot on your website, and the type of content, you're in a good industry where, it's kitchen and baths, or it's countertop companies. People love their homes. People love these, shows that are online or on TV where they renovate your house and all of that. So there's endless amounts of things that people are looking for online. So, taking that, think about your blog. So again, whether you're a kitchen and bath or countertop company, you can use the same type of content. Advantages of granite over quartz. What to expect during a kitchen remodel. You could do posts like average costs and stuff like that. If you don't want to put that information out there, you don't have to. But, trends, kitchen cabinet trends, all different types of material for wooden cabinets. There's really endless amounts of topics. So your goal should just be, and you can start simple. Say, all right, once a month, I'm going to write a 500-word article about my industry. So I'm going to do that every month. I'm going to put it on my website. And as you put that content out, it should be unique. You don't want to copy it off of another site. As you put that content out, you are going to, you're feeding Google what they want. So again, you're not going to just put that content out and all of a sudden you're on page 1 in Google. That's not how it works, but you just stay consistent with it, and you will see your rankings increase, and you'll see more traffic. So, you know, with all of this stuff, you just need to stay consistent with it. You got to just keep at it. You know, there's never, you can't do it 1 month and then not do it for like 6 months. It's just, you can do that, but you're just not going to see any results from it. So, I mean, the only thing where you can kind of start it right away and not adjust it too much is paid ads. So you could set up your paid ads, like your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, your Google ads, but there's always testing and optimization that you can do. But pretty much, you know, you set those up and you can see results quicker than like SEO or Google My Business and things like that. But the Google My Business and the SEO is like the long play. You want that down the road because, you know, as long as you're getting a good return on your investment, pay Facebook, pay Google to run ads. That's okay. But the SEO is, you know, if one day you don't have to run those Google ads, you can rely on the Google Maps and the SEO. You know, you're going to be in a nice spot. You know, you don't have to rely on Google as much. Although you are relying on the spot on the page, you don't have to rely on their ads as much, you know. So I don't see any other questions. Definitely send them over to me if you have them, steve@reviewrail.com. You know, go to my website, book a call. You're going to learn a ton. You'll get a lot of information. And that's it. So again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you all soon.